Hey, good morning. Today is Thursday, and wow, I haven't done a video all week. So finally getting one done. Hey, my name is Daniel McCrane with McCrane Associates, and small business owners choose to work with us to increase their profitability, expand their scalability, and solidify their legacy because we guarantee our work in those areas. So today, let's talk about something that you can do to increase the cash flow, increase the profitability in your business, and of course, by increasing profitability, then that increases the value of your business. And that's really where we're going with this whole series of videos. So, this is something that comes up a lot when I talk with small business owners. I'll talk with business owners and they'll say things like, we are making so many sales. We are doing so good in sales. We've got so much coming in for sales. But then when we take a look at the bank account, there's no money. And so this is a common complaint. I don't know if you find yourself in this kind of a situation where you don't know where the money's going. You don't know what's going on. So here's some things that we usually take a look at when a business is in that situation. And so take a look at these yourself and see if you might fall into this category. You would not believe how common it is, especially when clients maybe do a down payment or a deposit, and then there's supposed to be a second payment later on, something like that to close out their account. You would be surprised, or maybe you wouldn't, how many business owners will take that deposit or that down payment. They'll take care of the customer. They pay their commissions. They pay their vendors, on and on and on. They do everything that needs to be done for that customer. They run everything about the business, and then they never collect that second payment. So that's something that you need to take a look at. You need to make sure that you're collecting those second payments. I worked with a company one time that struggled with this and couldn't figure out why they weren't breaking even because they at least had it figured out. At least they thought. They thought they had it figured out where that first deposit was going to cover all of the expenses to provide the service to the client. Turns out not quite. They were a little bit under. So they were actually losing money on that first down payment. But then guess what? They were horrible about collecting the second payment. So they were running at a deficit because where they should have been making profit, they never collected that second payment to be profitable. So that was one of the things that we fixed, and that started to make a difference. The bad news was we had to go back several years for some of these clients that they had, and some of them just weren't going to pay at that point, understandably so. But that's one thing you need to do. You need to make sure you collect that second payment. Now, another thing that happens with those accounts receivable is that your terms for the client are just way too generous. You give them 90 days to make that second payment, where maybe it should only be 30 or 45 days. So you've got that money coming in quicker that way. Another place where you can take a look and help out a little bit. I see business owners all the time. They want to be responsible. They want to operate with integrity and have accountability. So when they get a bill from their vendor, they pay it. They just turn around, they write a check, they pay off their vendor to make sure that they're not carrying debt, to make sure that they have good standing and good relationship with their vendor. All of these things are good. These are good things to do, by the way. So don't get me wrong here. What happens though is that that does start to eat into your cash flow a little bit. If your vendor is offering you terms, maybe it's 30 days, 45 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever it is, that is there for you to help balance out your cash flow. You can use that now, set some money aside, however you want to do, to make sure that you've got the money to pay that bill, but use those days so that you have cash flow available to help your business so that you're not constantly paying everything out and then there's no money in the bank account. Wait a little bit. If it's 30 days, then pay it on day 28 or something like that, so that you can have that cash in your business. That's one thing you can do. Now, the other thing that happens is it is so easy for business owners to start to take on additional expenses. You think, oh, yeah, we need that tool, or oh, yeah, we could do that. Oh, yeah, we could hire this other person. Oh, yeah, we could run that marketing campaign. Whatever it is, it could be anything. Just examples, right? But these expenses start to pile up, And before you know it, you're paying out thousands of dollars a month that you didn't really intend to and that you don't have the money for. And it's easy to do as a business owner because you're running your business. You're not really paying attention to how the cash is flowing through the business. So you need to do a review of all of your expenses. Maybe your vendors raised their prices and you didn't realize it. So you need to do an audit of those things and figure out where you can save money. And hey, real quick, this video is getting long, so let me throw this out here. So here's my number. Here's my email address. These are things we can do to help out. We can take a look at terms you offer your clients, terms you're getting from vendors. We can do an expense review with you and see what we can do to help you out. But this is what we do with our clients to help out with their profitability. All right, I'm going to stop here. And like I said, video's getting long. I want to keep these short. So with that, everyone, have a great day.